Hello everybody, today back another video. Alright, my tennis fans around the world, it is time to do a video. I wanted to do a video about this topic, but something has come around, something has come my way, and I haven't had time to do it, but it is time, baby, to do it. It is time, baby, to deliver it. It is by time to take this topic, to take my teeth into this topic, because I'm going to give my opinion about this topic later, but let's begin it, and without any further ado, let's start talking about this. I've heard so many times Djokovic has not won slams the last almost 2 years now. Djokovic won his latest slam, his 24th Grand Slam, back in 2023 US Open. Since then, I have heard a lot of different arguments and reasons why many Djokovic, mostly Djokovic fans, some says his age, some says Alcaraz and Sinner. I'm one of them. Some even says he has lack of motivation. That's why he has not won any majors since 2023. Oh my God. That last argument is the most bullshit argument I have ever heard. All right? Djokovic has lack of motivation. Djokovic, when he goes out on the court, he just feels that I have won too much in my life. I am sick and tired of winning. Let some other players win the biggest tournaments. I don't want to win them anymore. I'm so tired of winning them. I'm so sick of winning them. I'm so bored of winning them. Let the other dudes win them. I want to help the others to win more majors. I have had enough in winning majors. Do you even hear how ridiculous this sounds? Do you even hear how bullshit this sounds? Do you even hear how not true this is? This is so false that this is so damn false. I can accept if Djokovic is not motivated in winning the small events, like 250 class tournaments, 500 class tournaments, even some Masters. When Djokovic, for instance, withdrew from Miami Open last year, 2024, without any kind of a reason. He just withdrew in Miami last year. He didn't have any reason. He was not hurt. He was perfectly fine, but he didn't want to play Miami. When he withdrew last year's ATP finals. He qualified for the ATP finals, but he withdrew. He didn't have any issue, any injury. He just withdrew. Yeah, some tournaments he lacks motivation. Some tournaments he doesn't care winning. Some tournaments he doesn't want to travel. Yeah, baby, I signed under that paper 7 days in the week. But here comes a comment. Yeah, I want to read this comment. Yeah, because I read almost 100% of the comments. I love reading your comments, guys. Of course, some of your comments are just bullshit, but many of your comments are fabulous, and I agree with you guys. But some of you guys write some comments that are just absolutely not true at all. All right? And I'm going to read one of those comments now. And this comment actually inspired me to do this video right now, right here, and this late. It is midnight here in Sweden, but I would just thought to myself, this needs to be said. I need to make my voice heard. And I'm going to read it exactly how, I don't know what his nickname is, Ribis Lapum, something like that. I probably have pronounced it wrong. Anyway, that is the name. Here his exactly comments, his or she's. Biggest reasons why Djokovic stopped winning Grand Slam are lack of motivation, And age. Age, I can agree. Definitely age is one of the reasons. I even said that yesterday when I did my video, when I said that, that video that I said only Alcaraz can stop Djokovic. I'm sorry, only Alcaraz can stop Sinner. Sinner, because Sinner is the role number one and is looking just unstoppable, all right? And Sinner is losing tennis matches only against Alcaraz nowadays. No, he's not losing any tennis matches against other dudes, right? That video, and then and the reason why I have Djokovic as my third favorite. That video, right? So I mentioned Novak's, the age is definitely a factor here. Absolutely. All right? So the age thing, I agree. Biggest reasons why Djokovic stopped winning Grand Slams are lack of motivation and age. Lack of motivation, bullshit. Age, yeah, I agree on that. It continues. His biggest opponents retired. Yeah. Which, of course, he's referring to Federer and Nadal. Do you think that Djokovic cries when he sleeps at night because Federer and Nadal has retired? You think Djokovic is sad because Federer and Nadal has retired? Of course, those two guys pushed him for him to be even better, to be even sharper, to train even harder, to analyze the game, to bring the best possible team in his corner, just to be able to compete with those two icons. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's sad because they've retired and now his life will be much. Do you think a player is sad? Yeah, these kind of players, they were winning against me in semifinals and finals. Not that Federer defeated Djokovic many times in Grand Slam finals. That has happened only once, back in 2007 US Open. But Federer has stopped Novak many times in semifinals in Grand Slams. And Nadal has defeated Djokovic several times in Grand Slam finals. All right. So does this make any sense for Djokovic to be losing motivation because of his two big chief rivals has left tennis? Does this make any kind of a sense? Absolutely not. His biggest opponents retired, which is Federer and Nadal. And that's why Djokovic doesn't have any big motivation anymore, which is completely bullshit. And he won everything. Yeah, everything he has won. That is true. All right? He has completed tennis. Nobody in the history of tennis has ever won every single big tournament, male or female. Djokovic has done it all. He has won everything. His biggest opponents retired and he won everything. There is nothing more to prove. All right? So, now comes the nail in the coffin. How this comment finishes. So lack of motivation is the reason why he not playing as he used to play. So here we have. I'm going to read the entire comment without stopping. Biggest reasons why Djokovic stopped winning Grand Slam are lack of motivation and age. His biggest opponents retired and he won everything. There is nothing more to prove, so lack of motivation is the reason why he not playing as he used to play. So, full conclusion, according to this dude, the biggest reason why Djokovic has not won any majors in one and a half year, almost 2 years, is lack of motivation. He doesn't feel passionate anymore to win Grand Slams. He doesn't feel the desire anymore to win Grand Slams. He doesn't feel motivated anymore to win Grand Slams. He's just sick and tired in winning Grand Slams. This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable how people can write this kind of comment. And if this was not enough, he was also giving me a lot of criticism. He was saying, it is astonishing a guy like you who watches tennis so much and have so less knowledge about tennis. He write that some kind of in that kind of a comment in that similar way. I'm not reading the exact comment, but that was the same. That was the kind of a comment he wrote to me. It is astonishing how low of how you tennis knowledge is so bad, so weak, especially considering how much tennis you watch in your life. All right. So I don't know who has knowledge in tennis. Patrick Marturoglu maybe, who believed Djokovic will win between 28 to 30 Grand Slams. He said 30 first after the 2023 season when Djokovic won his 24th Grand Slam title. He said 30. When Djokovic lost the Australian Open semi-final 2024 against Jannik Sinner, in the same year, he said he will win 2 to 3 Grand Slam titles this year, 2024. And then, in the middle of the 2024 season, Patrick continues to talk bullshit. He said he will win between 28 to 23. All right. Patrick, who should know a lot of tennis, he has coached a lot of professional tennis players. One of them is Serena Williams, a 23 Grand Slam champion, one of the greatest female tennis players of all time. I'm just mentioning one. He has coached many others as well, like Tsitsipas, Holger Rune, etc. There we have a knowledgeable guy. He knows for sure a lot about tennis. And if this was not enough, we have another French person. Patrick is from France. Another French dude. Not dude. She's not a dude. She's a woman. Marion Bartoli, who is a Grand Slam champion, who has won 1 Grand Slam title during her career, where she won the Wimbledon title back in 2013, 12 years ago. She said last year Novak will win 2 to 3 more Grand Slam titles. All right. And she also should know a lot of tennis. She, for God's sakes, has been a professional tennis player. So if somebody should know what it required and what you need and how difficult it is to win Grand Slam titles. Especially when you come late in your career, 37 plus years. Especially if you have 2 young superstars, a la Alcaraz, a la Sinner, who has just taken over the tennis scene. Alcaraz 4 Grand Slams, Sinner 3 Grand Slams. When this French Open will be over, one of Alcaraz or Sinner will have 1 more Grand Slam title in their cabinet. I'm completely sure about that. Sinner or Alcaraz will win the French Open. I'm super confident in that prediction. Most likely Alcaraz. If not Alcaraz, for sure Sinner. Despite all this, Marion Bartoli said last year Djokovic will win 2 to 3 more Grand Slam titles, despite Novak being 37 years old last year. And if this was not enough, many delusional Djokovic fans out there, and I actually have some debates with them in different social medias, keep on saying Novak will win 28, 29, 30 Grand Slam titles. Because I have a good memory when Djokovic won the US Open back in 2023, and when Djokovic won his 24th Grand Slam title, people, especially Djokovic delusional fans, were saying, now Djokovic will come and win 30 Grand Slam titles. Djokovic will destroy the tour. Djokovic will not stop winning. Djokovic will continue to winning. And Djokovic has not won 1 single Grand Slam title since then. Me, Inter interi, after the Wimbledon 2023, you guys have said, who have watched that video, and you who have not watched it, can go and watch it. I did a video where I titled the video like Has Novak Djokovic won his last Grand Slam title? And my answer to that was no. He has not, because someone also said that Djokovic is done now. Djokovic will not win any more Grand Slam titles. I said no, he's not quite done. He has 1 or 2 left in him. 1 or 2. That was exactly my prediction about Novak Djokovic 2 years ago. 2023, after Novak lost that epic Wimbledon final in 5 sets against Carlos Alcaraz. Fast forward 2 years, that prediction was right. Novak has won 1 Grand Slam title after that, which he did the same year at the US Open. All right. And we have many other predictions during my 5-6 years as a YouTuber, when I've said many things about tennis where I have been right. For example, Nadal will not win any more Grand Slams, which I was right about. Federer will not win any more Grand Slams, which I was right about. Nadal will not win any more tennis tournaments at all in his career, which I did a video about that last year, which I was right about. Djokovic will not win his 100th title last year, which I was right about. And we have Thiem will never win his 2nd Grand Slam title. I did a video about that 3 years ago, which I was right about. And one of my biggest predictions, actually, that I've not done a video about that, but this is a prediction I've done in the 2022 season, towards the end of the 2022 season. I was in the podcast, which is called Game to Love. You guys have heard about that. And they had some kind of a tennis review season when they were talking about the tennis season, how they went, who was the best player, who was the best upcoming player, who was the most improved player, etc., etc. And I wrote to those guys back in 2022, in the end of the 2022, and I said to those guys, Medvedev will be a one-hit wonder. Medvedev will be a one-slam wonder. He will not win any more Grand Slam titles in his career. And those 2 guys were laughing at me. Those 2 guys were laughing at me. You cannot be serious. I remember exactly those guys' words. You cannot be serious. How can you believe Medvedev will never win another Grand Slam? I said, no, I'm not. I am serious. I'm pretty serious. I don't think he will win any more Grand Slams, because I could feel that Alcaraz was on the way. Alcaraz won his 1st ever Grand Slam title that year in 2022 when we won the US Open. So I thought that, and Djokovic was still around and was a big threat and was a big Grand Slam contender. Sinner was not on the topic back then. Sinner was a 0 Grand Slam champion back then in 2022. He even was a 0 Master 1000 champion back then. So he was not a superstar back then like he became later. But Alcaraz had just started to rise. Novak was still very hot. And I did that prediction and they were laughing at me. And that is probably the biggest prediction I've done in my life, which I've been right. Now Medvedev is still playing tennis, but we can all agree that Medvedev will most likely never win another Grand Slam title. And he will end his career as a one-slam wonder, a la Thiem, a la Cilic, a la Roddick, a la Del Potro. And Medvedev will be also in that category. And all of these 5 have won the US Open. Del Potro has won the US Open. Cilic has won the US Open. Thiem has won the US Open. Roddick has won the US Open. Medvedev has won the US Open. All of these 5 that I just mentioned are one-slam wonders. And all of these 5 have won exactly same Grand Slam tournament, which is the US Open. So, I just mentioned some predictions that have been right over the years. I have not mentioned all of them. Let's see if I will be right in more predictions that I've done. We don't know that yet, which are that Djokovic will not win another Grand Slam title, which I did a video about that last year. Djokovic will not go to another Grand Slam final, which I did a video about that last year. About Djokovic will not go to another Grand Slam final, that can be proven wrong against me, because that is not a prediction I'm super confident in, that Djokovic will never make it to another Grand Slam final. I still believe that he will not make it to another Grand Slam final, but I'm not super confident in that prediction. But Djokovic will not win another more Grand Slam title. I'm more confident in that prediction. So there are mentioned some predictions during the years that I've done where I've been right on. And this dude comes in here and tells me that your tennis knowledge is very, very weak. And considering how much tennis you watch, it is just unbelievable how weak your tennis knowledge is. All right. Maybe he likes Patrick Martrugliu's tennis knowledge and Mario Bartoli tennis knowledge, or other delusional Djokovic fans who believed Novak Djokovic will win 30 Grand Slam titles after Novak won his 24th Grand Slam title back in 2023. And if this was not enough, we have some Djokovic fans, when Novak won his 100th title last week at Geneva, some Djokovic fans, even some of them in my videos, started to say Djokovic now will go on and win 110 titles. He will go on and win 10 more titles and even surpass Jimmy Connor's 109 record. I'm not quite understanding. It is one thing to love a player. Completely fine. Completely good with that. No wrong with that. I used to love Roger Federer's playing style. I used to cheer on Roger Federer. But that doesn't mean I was not realistic. I knew that Federer, when he didn't win that Wimbledon final 2019, it was over. I knew that. I even did a video about that, and I said that this was his last chance. Now both Nadal and Djokovic, both of them will surpass his 20 Grand Slam titles, which also is one of my predictions I've done over the years, which became a reality. Another prediction I've done over the years is that neither Djokovic, neither Nadal will come up to 25 Grand Slam titles, which I did already 5 years ago. Nadal came short with 3. Djokovic is only 1 away to win 25 Grand Slam titles. But till this day, they have proven me right. Both Nadal and Djokovic. Neither of them has won 25 Grand Slam titles. So, when these delusional Djokovic fans, I'm not saying that all of them are delusional, but many of them, come in and say that now Djokovic will win 10 more titles. Federer won 1 title as 38 years old. 1 in Basel, 2019. Monfils won 1 title as 38 years old. 1. Djokovic has also now won one title as 38 years old, which was the Geneva Open, a 250 class tournament. How in hell will Novak go on and win 10 more titles as 38 years old or older? How in hell will that be a reality? So, no, he will not. He will not win 10 more titles. I haven't done a video about that. I did that 1 year ago or 2 years, I don't remember exactly. I said that will Novak win 109 titles, as many as Jimmy Connors? I said no, he will not. But that prediction is not even hard making. That is an easy one. I even have made the video and said that Novak will not win 103 titles, as many as Federer. I've done even a video about that last year. That one, I'm not super confident in it because he's, after all, 3 away. But even that, I don't think that he will win 3 more titles. Maybe he will win 3 more, but definitely not 4 or 5 and surpass Roger Federer's 103 titles. But Jimmy Connors, I'm definitely super confident that he will never come up to 109 titles. For God's sakes, Novak Djokovic, he's not becoming younger. He's becoming older. For God's sake, Djokovic is not playing 250 class tournaments, 5, 10, 250 class tournaments a year. He maybe plays 2 or 3 a year. He played Brisbane, who is a 250 class tournament, which he lost in the quarterfinal against Opelka earlier this year. And the second one this year was the Geneva Open, which he barely won. He almost lost that final against Hubert Hurkacz. And Despite all this, we have Djokovic delusional fans who says that no, Novak will not go on and win 10 more titles and surpass Jimmy Connor's 109 titles. Oh, I'm just sick and tired of this. It is one thing to love a player. It is one thing to be realistic. And I feel that many Djokovic fans out there, they are not realistic. Alright guys, I hope you did the video. If you did, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and peace.